Hello, my name is Kelly Kronowski and I'm the social media manager at Ranger Inc. I'm excited to share with you a resist technique using the Wendy Vecchi Perfect Card Adhesive. This technique can be used on any stencil and it works with rubber stamps. I'm working on the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. I also have the Ranger silicone mat under my station which prevents the station from sliding on my work surface. Start with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 white card panel. I'm going to place the Letter It Party stencil over the panel and secure it with magnets. Next, I'll be using the Wendy Vecchi Perfect Card Adhesive to create a resist. Squeeze a small amount onto your craft sheet. Use inks and mediums on a craft sheet and not directly on the station. Use an ink blending tool with foam in a circular motion to pick up all of the adhesive. Apply through the stencil until the entire stencil is covered. Carefully remove the stencil and clean immediately with warm water. Allow the adhesive to dry or dry with a heat tool. Once dry, you won't see anything on your cardstock. Next, I'll reveal the design by using a variety of dye ink colors. I'm using Wendy Vecchi Make Art blendable dye inks, but any dye ink will work. Use an ink blending tool. I'll begin applying colors one at a time. I like to work in groups of 3 before moving on to my next color. Be sure to really overlap colors in order to create beautiful new shades. Keep applying colors until you are satisfied with your background. Now I'm going to work on my focal point. I'm using the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Stamp Die and Stencil sets. I love these sets because everything coordinates perfectly. I'll be using the scallop frame, candle, and cake die from the set. I went ahead and cut them out of another piece of white cardstock. You'll also want to keep the remaining cardstock that the shapes were cut out from. Now I'll stamp the die cuts using the coordinating clear stamps. I'm inking the stamp well with jet black archival ink to ensure a clean and crisp impression. Line up the stamp and die cut in the position that is most comfortable for you. Now repeat with the candle. Next, we're going to use the original cardstock sheet to help colorize the die cuts. Place the die cut back in its original position and place the coordinating stencil over top, holding everything in place with the magnets. I'm using a detail blending tool and various shades of dye ink to add color and shading to the die cuts. These small blending tools are perfect for getting into small areas. I've learned these techniques in this video from Wendy Vecchi, who truly has developed ways to make it easy to stamp and color die cuts. I'll continue moving the stencil and magnets until the entire cake is colorized. Then I'll repeat the process for the candle. Next, I'll assemble the card by securing my background to the station with magnets. I'll glue the scallop frame onto the center of the card using the Perfect Card adhesive. I'll secure it in place with magnets while the glue dries. While this step is not necessary, it certainly helps with assembling. I'm going to add the sentiment, "Make a Wish," from the stamp die and stencil set to the bottom of the frame. I'll stamp it using jet black archival ink. Next, I'll add some foam adhesive to the back of the cake and candle to add dimension. When it comes to the candle, I'll add a double layer of foam so it sits higher than the cake. To finish, I'll add some polka dots to the candle using a white gel pen and liquid pearls to the corners of the frame. Once it dries, I'll go ahead and adhere it to an A2 card. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.